Hello everybody, my name's Laura and today we're going to be making chocolate marshmallows. So I've already laid out everything that we're going to be using today, so I'll run through the recipe with you and you can also see some of the equipment that we're going to be using. So already measured out is the chocolate icing sugar. Now the recipe asks for 250 grams, but I've split it between two bowls because we need 200 grams at the moment and 50 grams for later. You also need 200 grams of granulated sugar, 200 grams of liquid glucose. Now this tube is only 140 grams, so I've got 60 grams in this one here. Then you need 180 ml of warm water, 3 sachets of powdered gelatine, and just a little bit of water here because we need 3 tablespoons to add to our pan. So to start off with, I'm just going to add the gelatine to my jug of water so that can start to set. So we'll just pour all 3 in to start with. And we need to do this first because we need the gelatine to set, to semi-set into a jelly, so that it's ready to set our marshmallows later on. So I'll just bring over that here so you can see better. So I'm just using a whisk and we're just going to whisk in the powder. And we just need to keep coming back to this and whisking it so that it doesn't set into any lumps. You can make sure that all of it is dissolving well. So if you get a nice foam on top, it means that you've stirred it in well. So we'll just pop that back there and we'll just keep coming back to that and giving it another stir. So I'm using a heavy base saucepan to heat up our sugar. Heavy base just means that the heat is distributed better. So I'm just going to set that on here on a medium heat, and I'm going to start by adding in the 200 grams of icing sugar. So we're making chocolate marshmallows, but you can use any of our flavoured chocolate icing sugars. There's 200 grams of granulated sugars going in there as well. I'm going to put 3 tablespoons of water. This is just water out of the tap that's slightly warm. Pop that in there. And then I'm going to add in my liquid glucose. I find it easier if you're using the whole tube just to snip off the top rather than having to squeeze it out of the little hole, and that way you can make sure that you've got all of it in. Okay, so I've just got my spatula here and we're just going to start to stir all that in together. And we're just looking to combine it all at the moment. So as it's heating, that sugar is dissolving into the liquid glucose and the water, and we'll get a nice syrup. So we're just going to keep stirring this mixture, and what we're looking at doing is getting some little bubbles rising from the bottom to the top, and then 5 minutes from that point is where we'll be taking it out. So once you start getting little bubbles, you need 5 minutes of continuous stirring from then. So I don't leave this, I stay with it just to make sure that everything's heating up at the same time. So just keep making sure you scrape down all your sides and let that heat up. Okay, so the mixture has now been bubbling away for the last 5 minutes. So we're just going to move it over to our mixer here, which I've set with the whisk attachment. So we're just going to very carefully pour this chocolate mixture into there, making sure we get it all in. Like that. Make sure you don't get any on your fingers because it's very hot. And then we're going to just set that onto a medium whisk just for 1 minute before we add our gelatine. So just again, a little quick whisk of the gelatine just while it's setting. So I'm just going to show you how to prepare the tin. So again, I've got here the Paul Hollywood brownie tin, but you can use square, rectangle, whichever shape that you want. You just need to be able to get your cling film in. So we're just going to open up the cling film so that we have extra length either side of the tin. Stretch it out a bit further this way. And that's because we're going to wrap up our marshmallows later when they're ready so that they can set. So we're just getting this ready now. So we just need to push that into the tin slightly. And then I've got some vegetable oil here. I'm just going to use this little pastry brush just to dip into the oil. And we're just going to gently brush that across the cling film. And that's going to stop the marshmallow from sticking later on, and we can get it out of the tin when it's set. So if you brush around the sides and the base first. And then again, just a little on the side pieces as well that we're going to wrap over the top of the marshmallow. Do both sides there as well. And then you've got your tin ready, prepared. So now that this has been whisking for a minute, I'm going to give one final whisk to our gelatine just to make sure that there's no lumps in there. And then we're going to add this to the chocolate sugar mix. We pour all that in. And then I'm just going to increase it slightly to more of a medium whisk. And we're just going to leave that now mixing for the next 10 to 12 minutes until we get a nice glossy mixture that holds its shape. So we'll come back to that. Okay, so the marshmallow's been mixing now for the last 12 minutes, and this is what you're looking for. So it's gone lighter in colour and the consistency has thickened. So you've got this nice glossy marshmallow looking mixture. So I'm just going to scrape down from the whisk very carefully, and then I've got my tin right here next to me, so I'm just going to scrape and pour into the tin. So it is very sticky at this stage. So you just need to be as careful as you can. I'm just going to slightly spread it out. Oops. So I've just got here one of the little mini spatulas. I'm just going to use that to spread it out a little bit more into the corners. Just so it's filling all the tin. And then we're just going to take one side and wrap it over, and then the other side. Like that, tuck it in, and you're just going to leave that on the table to set for 2 hours minimum, but overnight if you've got time. And then we're going to come back and I'll explain what we do next. Okay, so now that the marshmallows are set, we're just going to get them ready to slice. And here I've got 50 grams of the chocolate milkshake icing sugar and 35 grams of corn flour. I'm just going to mix them together and stir that in, because once we've sliced the marshmallows, we're going to roll them round in this powdered mixture to stop them from sticking to each other when they're sliced. I'll just get that ready. So I've just unwrapped the cling film from the top of the marshmallows. I'll just move that there and move away the tin. I'm just going to carefully flip over the marshmallow onto my chopping board. And then I'm just going to slice. So you can slice as big or as little as you like. You just need to bear in mind that the marshmallow is very sticky at this stage. So you just need to slice and separate at the same time. So as you've chopped each cube to the size that you want, just pop it straight into that icing sugar corn flour mixture. Give it a little roll around so that the dusting's covering all of the marshmallow, and then just give it a little tap on the side of your bowl. Like that, and then your marshmallow is ready. You just need to store it in an airtight container in a cool, dry place.